All right. In the meantime, this issue with Donald Trump does keep coming up, whether it's a president who seems obsessed about the guy, and the fact that, ironically, he's leading in national polls now when the president all but dismissed him as a laughable candidate. Whatever your personal views on that, that has changed, apparently. And the fact that even those who were bucking Donald Trump within their own party now seem to be rallying around. Word that Mitt Romney has given up his quest to find a third-party alternative. There are apparently no takers. So now we got David Tamasi joining us, the former Chris Christie fundraiser. David, it looks like the I don't know, anyone but Trump movement has stopped moving. What do you think?
Well, I think that's accurate, and thanks for having me back on. I mean, if someone told you 3 weeks ago that we would no longer be talking about a contested convention, and it would seem as if all of the national political leaders here in Congress, but across the country, were united around Donald Trump, that would have seemed like something that could not have happened in such a short period of time. And you contrast that with what's going on in the Democratic Party, where there are concerns about events and violence, and there are concerns about what their convention is going to look like, and it's frankly remarkable what a difference 2-3 weeks
No, you're
really
right, and I was among those. The only thing I can say in my favor, as I cling to any good press I can get, is that I was looking at a contested convention at the very beginning of the year when we had 70 candidates in the race, just on a mathematical basis. But you're quite right. I mean, that doesn't look like the case now. And the Democrats could be in the ones with the heap of family squabbles. But what I've got here, if you don't mind indulging me, the president using this moment to talk about the Zika virus threat, the fact that nearly 300 pregnant women are carrying the virus, then going on what seemed to be a tangent to say we can't build a wall to keep out Zika. And I'm thinking to myself, regardless of what you think of Donald Trump, is that the venue to take a cheap political shot?
Well, I would suggest it is not. But I think what you're seeing and what you're finding, particularly amongst Democrats, is all of a sudden this frustration that Donald Trump is in a far superior position, not only from a party unification perspective of 3 weeks ago, but also just looking at the horse race numbers. I mean, you know, the poll that your own station did had him up 3. More importantly, if you looked at the trustworthy numbers, he has a 9-point advantage on who is more trustworthy than former Secretary Clinton. You have a whole host of numbers that frankly have put Donald Trump in a much better position politically at a point where no one anticipated it. And not only is that, I think, frustrating for a lot of Democrats, including the president, but it's also serving to be a tremendous galvanizing force and expediting the unification of the party. And I think real quick,
I don't want to join you. We have a commercial coming in. I don't want to cut you off. But as a former Christie guy, and I know Trump was helping to raise money to get, you know, Christie's presidential campaign debts out of the way, could you envision a ticket with those two?
Well, you know, I guess anything is no longer possible, particularly in this political cycle. But, you know, Governor Christie, whom I have a tremendous amount of respect for, I think is really one of the talented and effective leaders in this country at this point. And I think he would be a wonderful addition to whatever, you know, Mr. Trump would like him, if that would be a vice presidential nomination. But I think he's well positioned to play a helpful role.
But even with his weak numbers in New Jersey, I mean, they're record low approval ratings. Certainly, it would be dicey to just try to carry New Jersey, but is he damaged goods? Do you think that governor is damaged goods?
Absolutely not. Okay. I mean, remember the Democrat-Republican split in the state of New Jersey pretty much bears out to what those poll numbers are. So
yeah,
when
but
it starts
he
to
won
become,
New Jersey twice, so they're not what they were.
Right, but this is more about who's at the top of the ticket, and I think you're starting to see a natural cleave towards where the national split is on politics in that state, and I don't think it has as much to do about Governor Christie.
All right, Dave, thank you very, very much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.